This is a test for Research Day. Please view the recording. Thank you. This is our second test for Research Day. Please view the recording. Thank you. This is a recording. Thank you.
I didn't mention anything about the mute. Okay. Okay, I will definitely share that phone just to make sure it don't go off. All right, and I turned mine off, so we shouldn't have any repeat on that end. So can you hear me, Raven?
Yes, it's kind of faint, but I don't know.
Okay. I want to make sure. Am I speaking clearly now? Is it easier or is it still soft?
It's a little easier, yes.
Okay. Let me turn my volume up just a little. How about now? Is that any different?
That's better.
That's better? So just let me know if, you can't hear me. I'll repeat the question and we'll take it from there, okay?
Okay.
One thing before we get started, if you notice on your screen, there is a place where you can push mute or unmute for your microphone. Do you see that on your screen? Okay. After you give your response, push your mute button so that there's not feedback when I'm talking. And then I'm going to do the same on my end. So I'll ask a question, I'll push mute, but I'll still be able to hear you. And then when you're done talking, you push mute, and then I'll ask the next question, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with us. We're really excited to have an opportunity to hear your reflections about your Spelman experience. So just be comfortable, share your thoughts, and we'll be done shortly, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful. So give us a little background on when you first began to develop an interest in research.
Okay. So prior to coming to Spelman, I honestly didn't know what research was. I didn't know it was like a viable career option. But being honest with myself, as a youth, I often did enjoy like exploring things, solving problems, attempting to like make devices that I thought were pretty cool. I participated in social science fairs and things of that nature. Yet I never really knew what research was. So my first real experience where I could find that, I realized that any passion that I had could be kind of correlated with research occurred my summer prior to attending Spelman. I was actually fortunate enough to participate in a program called YSTEM, which was under the mentorship of Dr. Monica Stevens, which is, at the time, it was Women in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math.
We are continuing the test. I hope this works. Still continuing the test. We hope it works. More of the test. Test, 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 test. This is the last slide. Thank you.
Alrighty. So, Philanda, can you tell me how did your interest in research get started?
Well, the summer before my freshman year at Spelman College, I was in the YSTEM program. It was the first year that it had started. It was delegated by Dr. Monica Stevens, and it gave us, me alongside with a couple other students, the opportunity to do research for the summer as well as get ahead in our mathematics courses for the school year. And so they divided us up into two groups, and I got the privilege of working for Dr. Winfield that summer in the cosmetic chemistry group. And I initially always wanted to do cosmetic chemistry, but never knew that, that I would get into a program like that. So it's kind of like a divine situation for me. Initially going into Spelman College, I wanted to go to medical school. But when I got into this program and got introduced to research, that's really what steered my decision to do a PhD as opposed to becoming a physician. And that opportunity allowed me to get practice in learning how to do traditional organic lab techniques, as well as, being able to work as a team in a research setting. So a very interesting dynamic that kind of opened my eyes up into research.
That's wonderful. I remember Dr. Winfield mentioning she had this phenomenal student that was interested in cosmetics, but I never knew who it was. So now I know. That's you. Okay. Awesome. So can you talk a little bit about your research topic when you presented at Research Day, and how was that experience?
Okay. The research that I spoke about was the research that I had been working on the summer before my junior year when I joined NBR's RISE program. And what we were working on was, Dr. Winslow is an organic synthesist, so definitely what I was doing was organic synthesis techniques. And what we wanted to do was design and synthesize a compound that had a benzimidazole base and a hydrogen substituent. And we believe that due to the free radical that was placed on the substituent, that we could be able to potentially create an anti-cancer agent for cancer therapeutics. And so that's what, in a nutshell, what I worked on Research Day.
If you had to sum up that Research Day experience, how would you describe it for you? What benefits did you get out of presenting at Research Day for your academic aspirations?
It allowed me to be comfortable in presenting at a formal setting. I've done both poster and oral. So the first time I did a poster, it allowed me to get that experience and answer questions from alumni that were at Spelman before, and for them to kind of get an understanding of what research was going on and what was being conducted and what the students were doing. But the oral presentation kind of also gave me insight into what graduate school life would be in the future. And I think if I didn't have that opportunity to do that, I wasn't as comfortable as I am now to give presentations, in which I give presentations very frequently as a graduate student in those type of settings. And so it gave me the opportunity to get rid of those nerves that you could possibly get. And when you're in graduate school, they're not so nice. So you get that experience ahead of time. You'll be more prepared in the future if you ever want to do any future academic endeavors beyond the undergraduate experiences.
That's wonderful. How was it to be a winner? How was that experience when you won at Research Day? How did that make you feel?
I didn't really have any expectations to win. I had previously won at a conference earlier that semester, so I wasn't expecting to win. I was just thankful that I had the opportunity. Just felt very blessed that the people who were judging the contest enjoyed my work. I got a lot of questions asked, and the people seemed to be interested in what I was doing because it had a good impact factor as far as treating cancer. But just felt very blessed for the opportunity, and thankful that they acknowledged my hard work and dedication, what research really meant toward my future.
Great. So I asked you some questions about your experience at Research Day. As you know, Spelman really is promoting every student have a research experience. If you had an opportunity to tell students at Spelman the importance of undergraduate research, what will be your advice?
My advice would to be definitely, if you're interested in doing anything, have a research experience. It doesn't matter if you want to go to get a PhD or if you want to be a physician. Beyond undergraduate school, beyond your undergraduate experience, they're going to look towards you having some sort of research experience, because it gives you the opportunity, or it shows them that you're a free thinker, and research allows you to do that. And also get into research very early. I started research again this summer before my freshman year, and I also continue to do it in the Winfield Laboratory until my senior year. So for them to see that experience for 4 years and to see what kind of range of research that I was doing, as well as having the opportunity to do undergraduate research outside of Spelman College. So I had, due to my experience at Spelman, it afforded me the opportunity to work at a national laboratory in Richland, Washington, the Pacific Northwest National Lab and do research there. And so having those different experiences allowed me to actually get into graduate school and showed them that I can be a free thinker and that I can pretty much adapt into any environment. And so those experiences are very important, especially undergraduate research.
That's wonderful. Can you talk a little bit about having a faculty mentor as an undergraduate? How was that experience and how did it prepare you?
Having Dr. Winfield was definitely a plus. I mean, she's a dynamic person that kind of, if you ask her and tell her what your plan is and what you want to do, she's going to try to find every avenue for you to achieve your goals. And I really appreciate that. And actually having that relationship with her now is extremely important as a graduate student. Like, I don't think that we will ever stop communicating with one another because she has had such an influential role in my life as far as professionally. She has had a huge impact. And so having that mentor kind of opens the bridge and opens the door for you beyond Spelman, because oftentimes as a student, they can't really, they see you on paper, but if they have someone that they can speak to that knows your work ethic and knows how hardworking you are, and someone that can attest to that, that's more meaningful than what you may put on a piece of paper or what you may write up in an essay. So having that, I guess, influence in your life is extremely important. Definitely seek after it. I was just afforded to be in the licensing program and had that opportunity to meet her. But some students don't have that opportunity initially, so definitely find a mentor throughout the early years of your undergraduate experience, preferably as your freshman or sophomore year, and find someone who can relate and who has has gone through the same path that you have gone through and can kind of give you advice, because they have a network already set up that they can, speak with individuals who can guide you and give you opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise have if you didn't have that relationship with a faculty mentor. So I think that's extremely important.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. But you have pretty much answered all of my questions. Would you like to share anything that maybe I didn't cover in this brief interview with the Spelman community?
I would just say that I really had a awesome experience while at Spelman College, and I really think that finding Dr. Winfield as a mentor and getting into research extremely early and pursuing that throughout my college experience has opened up so many doors for me. Getting into graduate school was one of them, but as well as proceeding and really progressing further along. Now I'm a PhD candidate, just passed my candidacy exam, and some things I just never thought that I would, accomplish in life, I think has been afforded to me due to my experience in academic endeavors at Spelman College. And I'm really grateful for the people that were placed at that school to help me and guide me to where I always wanted to be. And my parents are very excited, and they just always tell me, you chose the right school, you chose the right school. So I'm very excited about my choice for choosing Spelman College to pursue my undergraduate degree, because it awarded me so many more opportunities than I thought I could ever imagine.
One other thing I want to ask, congratulations on passing your candidacy.
Thank you.
Can you also just say which graduate program you're in, and what are your plans after you receive your PhD?
Well, I work for a solid-state chemist at Louisiana State University, which is a type of chemistry that is under the Inorganic Chemistry Division at Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's typically the way that graduate school works. it's dependent upon your advisor, definitely.